Now, live, local, late breaking. This is KCAL 9 News at 9.
When you go to school, you don't want to have to be bothered with roaches and rats and falling ceiling tiles, stains, dripping pipes above you. You want to go to learn.
But that's what many Southern California students see every day at school. Dangers in the classroom that could put them and their education at risk. Are California children at risk simply by going to school?
Tonight, a special up-close report about what life is like inside some Southland classrooms.
Kater Lee is here with disturbing videotape and shocking testimony from the students themselves. Kater, please.
Inspectors make sure that the restaurants where we eat are clean, the businesses where we work are safe, and there are laws to prevent landlords from operating slums. But it may shock you to know that no one inspects our public schools, and kids are trying to learn in the worst of conditions. This is where the future generation is spending most of their days, surrounded by crumbling walls.
If it was your home, you wouldn't even want to live there.
Leaky ceilings.
Look up and see all these pipes, and it just looks like completely dangerous. You don't feel safe.
Filth, decay, and neglect.
The plumbing is all, messed up. You see, like the toilets, overflowing all over the place.
This is the state of many Southland public schools through the eyes of the students who go there. Bryant Garcia is a senior at Roosevelt High in Los Angeles, where 5,000 students are crammed into a school built 75 years ago.
Sometimes you see like big, huge cockroaches going around in the hallways. People who've been in like the very old buildings have seen like rats crawl out of the sewer holes.
His video captures gaping holes in the ceiling, exposed pipes and electrical wiring, and restrooms unfit to use that barely work.
The urinals or they just threw plastic bags over it because it doesn't work, and they haven't fixed it, so they just leave it there.
These images come as no surprise to UCLA law professor Gary Blasey. He and his students interviewed more than 100 school nurses across California. They reported health hazards like toxic mold, bugs and rodents, and broken plumbing and heating systems in 25% of our public schools.
When you talk about cockroaches and rats, when you talk about heating and air conditioning problems really interfering with learning, you're often talking about more than 1 million children.
Conditions only. We passed out cameras to students in half a dozen LA area schools. Their pictures tell similar stories of restrooms they can't or don't want to use. At Locke High School,
the restrooms, some do flood, and it's like you can't even walk in there.
Fremont High School.
There's probably like 10 bathrooms in the whole school, but like only 2 are open.
Linwood High School.
About 5,000 students in the school, and well, they only keep 1 bathroom open for the guys and 1 bathroom open for the women.
Their photos show broken lockers, non-working water fountains, old torn textbooks, and classrooms both filthy and so overcrowded that many students have to stand up or sit on the floor. Manual Arts High School.
When you go to school, you don't want to have to be bothered with roaches and rats and falling ceiling tiles, stains, dripping pipes above you. You want to go to learn.
It sends a really, really awful message to the kids that they're not worth anything, that nobody has any expectations for their future, and that there's no point in trying.
Civil rights lawyers started documenting these conditions 2 years ago. These photos show urban schools around Los Angeles and suburban schools as well. The ACLU filed a class action lawsuit against the state of California on behalf of all public school students subjected to learning in this kind of hazardous environment.
Here in Los Angeles, we've just come to a crisis point. I mean, we have not built schools for more than 20 years, and we have been growing our population during that time.
Proposition BB, which funneled millions into the remodeling of public schools, helped some. But the students say it looks to them like the schools spent more on security grills and fences than on necessary repairs.
It feels more like a prison.
The class action lawsuit would require the state to establish health and safety standards for schools, routinely and randomly inspect public schools, provide textbooks and credentialed teachers, and set up a system of accountability when these conditions are not met.
We're not asking for an Olympic-sized swimming pool in every school. We're not asking for gold-plated water fountains. What we're asking for is water to come out of the water fountain, right? And the bathroom to actually be unlocked. and have some toilet paper in it. I mean, it's just that basic.
So these are kids who haven't dropped out, and they're doing their best, and this is all we've offered them in this state.
The California Constitution guarantees every student a decent education. The students we talk to are hoping someone is watching and listening.
That's the least I deserve is a clean classroom, clean bathrooms.
The fact is that we're not getting the education we deserve.
There are no easy answers to these problems, but with another school bond coming up for a vote this fall, many taxpayers want to know where the money is going and why these conditions aren't improved. We will be talking to administrators about the challenges facing public schools, and we'll bring you their reaction to our story. Sylvia and Jerry?